bad nigga be crippling. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take a girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no tolerance, let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.
Stop being ghetto. Nah. Thank you. Oh, Andrew's coming at some point in time. I don't know when he's gonna get here because traffic.
Yeah, I have a problem with my mother right now. Some of it is funny, some of it is not. I don't know what to do about it. Actually, I feel like I'm wondering if I'm being selfish. I'm wondering how. All right, so first of all, you know she bought this car.
I saw her little car.
My mother's retired.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's never had a car.
I was wondering, sometimes when you look at your friend's social media and like things pop up, you wonder if you're a bad friend. Like I really questioned myself. I'm like, Tahoe mama always had a car? Where the fuck? I ain't never seen this car before in my life. So I'm not
You're
a
the
fucked up
second friend out of the two friends I have here that wonder if they're a bad friend to me this week.
No,
That's
I didn't wonder if I was a
crazy,
bad
'cause he said
friend
the same
to
shit.
you. I
Just
just
a bad
wonder if
friend,
I'm a
period.
bad friend because I don't like. Am I not paying attention to your life? But actually, I am a good friend because I'm right. She ain't had a car before. But go ahead.
She just bought a car. She spent a decent, because this is a limited edition car.
Yes.
Spent a decent amount of money on the car. She has no life.
No, ain't no life, child.
She stays in the crib. So on
She's
one hand,
she doesn't have a social life.
she has no friends. So on one hand, I'm very happy for her.
Right.
Get out, go.
She be on the move.
Right?
Yeah.
One day she came up here. She's like, I don't want to be a grandmother anymore. She's like, I've done my penance and you have to do it now. And so the next day the kids came here. She said, I'm driving to Bear Mountain.
Oh, wow.
I said, for what? She said, I just feel like driving to Bear Mountain. She left.
I love that for her.
I was like, okay.
I love that.
Because I've never really pushed them on her.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They gravitate where they gravitate, whatever. But now I'm like, you have to. Look, they're in there right now. You have to be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hi, babies. I love them.
And so, yeah, I'm like, yeah, all right, that's cool. Like, go live. I've always told you, get out, go. You spend too much time in the house. The sun needs you. You know what I mean? You need the sun needs you. Go outside. But
What's the butt, child?
you remember I moved up here.
Yes.
I know this is very personal. I don't know if we should. All right, whatever. Fuck it. I don't care.
If it's too personal, just cut it and put it
It's
on
really
Patreon.
not that big a deal. I moved up here because I felt like, all right, you gave me this house. First of all, you gave birth to me when you was 20 years old. It means you're 20 years older than me. You give me this house because when you're gone, you want me to have it. When are you going?
Excuse me?
No, I'm saying if you go at 96, I'm gonna be 76. I'm gonna be giving it to somebody else too. We're both gonna be here. I didn't mean it that.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it the way you think. I'm just saying, like, we're not. Why do I have your house?
I'm not
It's
even
your
gonna
house.
hold you.
Right.
I had a similar thought about my dad, but I didn't say it out loud because
No,
I'm a
but
better
what is the
person
thought
than
that
you.
Did you hear me? I'm not saying she needs to. I don't want my mom to
No,
leave.
I had to no because when and if knock on Gucci, my father passes away, his house becomes mine. But I'm like, I'm not even betting on that because
When they,
where you ain't finna, you gonna live to at least 100 unless it's like a fucking accident at this point.
I don't even
so,
see me doing it. I eat a
so
lot
it's
of red
like
meat.
I
All
can't
that
even.
CMOS and everything.
Yeah, like I can't even rely on this house. Like this house, not even like I need to go buy my own house because I can't just sit around and wait
This
for
is
your
my
house.
point.
Because where the fuck is you
So
going?
what am I just
Right,
sitting
right.
here waiting for you to go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went downstairs one day, and I was like, I got all this house downstairs. I'm gonna take the apartment. You go live in your house.
Yeah,
Enjoy your house, your work that you've done, right?
right.
Now think about it. The part that I don't like is she's never done the work on the house.
Right.
I've always renovated these floors. I rented upstairs, I rented downstairs, renovating this one now.
Yes.
All so I can make sure that she has income when I leave. Because I pay all the bills now. I don't want to leave and be fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that these apartments, she can get the best for it. Remember, Trom and I have been trying to get her to do the Airbnb so she has real income.
Yeah.
My nigga, she got this car. And this is where my problem is. She got this car. She bought a pressure washer. She took the car to get coated in a special coat that the rain doesn't affect the car. Wow. She put armor on the underbelly of this car. She watches videos all day about how to clean the car. Toro, you're outside working with me yesterday. She's washing the car.
Correct.
With what type of water?
Distilled bottled water.
It was the
How many bottles of water? How many bottles of water was in that garbage pail?
It was like 12 gallons.
Gallons. It was
the gallons.
Wow, it was full to the top.
She's pouring bottled water into the pail to wash the car. I'm jealous of the fucking car. I've never been treated this way. I know how parents feel when their mothers, their fucking grandparents treat the child better, and you're looking at them like, wow, you treat the car better than me. I want to say things. I want to say mean things about this woman that gave birth to me. I don't want. I have feelings.
Leave my friend
She asked
alone.
me yesterday, so how do you think about how I wash cars? I don't give a fuck about your car. I had enough. Toro, did I lie? I said, I don't give a fuck about this car.
Why would you say that?
It's been building. It's a deep-rooted hate I have for this car now. I feel jealous. I'm jealous. I feel like I'm my little brother. I feel like the car's my little fucking brother.
Tahoe.
I said, I don't give a damn. She said, no, really? I said, I don't give a damn about the fucking car. The shit has been depreciating the minute you took it off the lot. And it was used anyway. This isn't... what are you doing? What are you doing with this shit? Oh, this is my baby. I said, this house is worth $3 million. You've not painted a wall, bought a picture frame. Tori, you see the fucking dog sign she put wrapped around the fucking tree? I said, this is unbecoming. She picks a sign. She doesn't want the dogs pissing in the dirt out front of the house. She takes a fucking weird ass sign and tapes it around the fucking tree.
She said she was gonna upgrade it.
Yeah, I said this shit is unbecoming. We have this is a property. We can make things of this. I have been working hard, pouring into this house, and you're off tricking on my little brother? What, Melly? I feel away. So what?
The car is his little brother.
That's how I feel like the car is my fucking...
The car is the new child of the family.
Am I wrong?
Are you wrong? Yes. What is your fucking problem, yo?
So the house, which I have upstairs, I'm on the roof the other day. I'm tarring the roof. I'm not saying she's supposed to tar the roof.
Right.
I'm saying this is an example of somebody just not paying attention to this thing. While you're doing all these other things. Now,
do you think that she's not paying attention to the house because she knows that you are? Because why the fuck would I pay attention to something that somebody's already paying attention to when I can find my own passion project?
I'm not your husband.
Well, then leave and then make that very clear.
Yeah, that's it. Yesterday.
Because at this point, like, yeah, obviously you're not your mom's husband. We all know that. But
why are y'all laughing?
Y'all are here. I mean, you've been here. You're 50. Leave.
Yeah.
And you're taking care of the crib and doing a good job at it.
Right.
But nobody else is going to take care of your little brother. You know?
Yo, he don't give a fuck about you. Do you know that?
You understand? He doesn't care.
He don't care about you at all. I'm weak.
I feel like I want the best. Like, this is a really great investment. This is an heirloom that she came down in the family. Is it heirloom? House can be an heirloom.
It's a Not an heirloom. It's a fuck. My words are not working in my brain right now. What's something that's passed down from generation?
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on that.
There's a word for this. We smart here. I promise. Like, just not right now. Just give us a second.
Somebody in the chat is gonna be like, "Oh, it's this." So I was just like, "Yo, I want to,
Shit, it's like right there. Inheritance.
Yeah.
That's crazy."
Thanks, y'all. Y'all always got our back.
Join the Discord. You can sit here and watch me get told I'm wrong a million times a week. It's patreon.com/So Shameless.
But why would you tell her
Podcast.
to her face that you don't care about something that she cares about?
All right. So this is I think that I have, when I built the downstairs kitchen,
And you was mad when she did what she did.
I was kind of bothered. She kind of ripped it apart when she moved down there, right? And I had to. So I put a lot of work into that. That was my first passion project well, maybe second, because I kind of did shit in the living room first. But when she moved down there, she took the island, she put it against the wall, she glued it to the wall, she ripped off the cabinets that was on the wall, she put them in the bathroom hallway. It's just because she wanted her new floor, the graffiti floor.
I still haven't seen it.
And I feel the way.
Yeah, because you feel like you put a lot of time and effort and energy into this, and
$40,000.
and as soon as she got there, she just said, "Fuck everything that you did," and just did her own thing, which is
felt away, and it's not.
You don't like it.
I am not a fan.
Let's see how you feel ways about that.
You don't like it, and it's fine because. But the good thing is, you don't gotta live down there.
Especially if you feel like she hasn't been doing a lot in the rest of the crib.
Right.
So it's like you finally gonna do some work, and it's to undo the work that I did. You know what I mean?
I was like,
There's a dope way to have articulated that she could have
so
felt that.
in my head. I said, "This is her crib.
Yeah,
Why am I mad? This is her
because
crib."
you pay all the bills in the crib, so you feel like it's yours too.
So I felt yes.
There's a disparity here, which is why you need to leave. That's how I felt in my
But I
dad's
still
house.
pay the bills. Because this is another reason why I do what I do, because she doesn't have a job. I'm not going to be like, "Oh, well, I don't live here no more."
No, well, you have tenants. You rent out this apartment. This house pays for itself. You don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this gas, water, electricity.
This is New York
These
City.
things-
Niggas is charging $2,000 for a walk-in closet. Like, literally. Like, just a closet. Like, you live in a closet. You sleep next to the fucking refrigerator. You do burpees to get off the bed to go to the toilet. Like, they're... Like, come
It's
on.
hilarious.
Like, come on.
So,
That's why I had to leave my dad's house, because I felt like, I'm just like, yo, I technically pay the mortgage here. You're retired. I pay the mortgage here. I have this child. I need more space.
that's another thing.
You are retired. You don't need all this space. Give me the duplex. And he refused. And what he wanted to do was do construction and turn the duplex into 2 separate apartments. And I'm like, why would you invest all of that money to breaking down this house, and you can just give it to me and your granddaughter? Like, you're doing too
make
fucking
money.
much. Yeah, but this is about the family at this point. You still have the upstairs that you can rent out, because the upstairs apartment is enough to pay the mortgage.
But then the money that he would have wouldn't be there.
He's retired MTA. My daddy got money. Don't get that shit twisted. He's just a very frugal person. So I realized that I was like kind of running into a brick wall when I was trying to get my father to understand and accommodate me, so I don't have to live anywhere else, that we can all still be a family under the same roof. He wasn't moving the way I needed him to move, so I left. And he figuring it out. And I'm not paying for shit. When I left.
Because I wouldn't expect a woman to help pay their father.
But it's not. I
son would
understand
do
that
with his mom.
I get that, but I don't expect anybody to be paying bills in a place that they don't live. As an adult with your own kids and your own family and your own responsibility, that doesn't make sense to me. You pay. Well, your mother has a husband, but if your mother ain't have a husband, you paying bills in her house and you don't live there.
I mean, if she needed it, I would.
If she needed it,
Yeah.
But what if she doesn't need it?
Yeah. Then
If
no.
she's retired, she has a retirement fund. She has money that she can live
My
off
mother's
of. Are you
retired. Like, she stopped working.
Yeah.
She's not retired like she gets a pension. So the money that comes from this would literally be the thing that she's has to live off of. So it's not, it's paying bills, and then what's left is what she has. So I'm not gonna allow that to happen.
So where does that end though? It is not.
This is why me and Trauma is trying to tell her get the Airbnb.
That's where it
so
ends.
that you have real income, because it triples your
responsibility
income.
to take care of our parents financially. That's not it. Especially when you have your own kids.
I'm not going to just let her live in squalor because she's
not going to live in squalor. She lives in a $3 million house.
That doesn't do anything unless you use it.
Unless the money is coming in. So that's the thing. Like, we have to put our parents on to new technology and new ways. Like, my parents aren't.
Don't.
Yes, absolutely.
You know why?
My father has no idea how Airbnb works.
Bullshit.
I'm like, yo, it's still a wave.
Listen to me.
This shit is lit over here.
One of the biggest things my therapist told me that was so important to me, she said, people have a tendency to survive and know how to survive. What we do is we discredit them. We give them a crutch unnecessarily. Like, oh, this is my mom. Oh, this is my dad. I have to do this, that, and the third for them. If you were not here, God forbid, knock on Gucci, if y'all niggas died tomorrow, your parents will figure it the fuck out.
So that means I'm not supposed to put them on the game while I am here?
No, I'm not talking about not putting them on the game. I'm talking about allowing your parents to kind of, not even allowing you to manipulate yourself to feel like you have to financially support your parents unnecessarily.
I understand your point, and I'm not going to argue with you. What I am going to say is, I realize that there's a difference. Yo, the way people's perspective or experiences affect their perspective, you got to understand that she is a person that will eat peanut butter. She won't tell me she's eating peanut butter.
So you
She'll
feel like
just
you got to
eat peanut
babysit
butter.
your mom?
The older generation is used to, they're not used to all of this that we have now.
Of course
they didn't
they're
have
not.
all of this stuff that we have now.
But
They don't know what the
if it wasn't
fuck.
for you, they would adapt.
What are you adapting
their
with
growth.
at 67? How are you adapting?
Your mother is one of the most technologically inclined elders that I've ever freaking met.
She's pretty good.
If you were not here, she would be on Google. She would be on YouTube figuring it out. Like how she figured out how to use that damn machine that you bought her.
She went to school.
You see
I
how
didn't
she
buy her
figured it out? Well, that she bought. She figured out how to use that machine.
She spent
She
5
figured
figures
out,
on that machine.
She figured out how to use that machine the same way she researched the car and how to deal with the car the way that she wanted to deal with the car. You guys, you're treating your mother like she's a child. She's your mother. You got to give her more credit than that.
I give her credit, but I just realized that I don't want to just leave her on her ass. So
Why
what
do
y'all
you
think?
think you leaving her on her ass?
These
Are you
new bills?
Are you her savior? Or is that
I've
your
been
mother?
the man of the house for
And you should have been left.
12 years. I have
Because she
left.
would've-
Please.
You know what I
please,
mean, though.
Please, hold on. That don't like that. I have not lived here for all that time. She
I know
asked me to
you
come back
haven't.
when she caught cancer.
Right,
And I
and
took
now
over the
she's
house.
good.
Yes, but she also does not have an income.
And this house can pay for itself if done correctly.
Tron, what do you think?
Like Dash said, this house can pay for itself, but to maximize the amount of cash flow that the house is producing, Tahoe has to hold her hand and show her what's the best way to maximize the house.
Yes, but not forever.
Like, yo, for instance, the apartment that we had, I upgraded upstairs.
Yes.
We could have got 3 bands for that.
Absolutely. You
She
can still
wanted-
get 3
She
bands
didn't
for that.
want certain people in here, so she rented it out for $2,200. She was like, "This is the person that I want. I feel more comfortable." Now our mortgage is
2,200.
more than that.
First of all, she should have rented the shit. That's
Our
one bedroom.
mortgage is 1.5, just like this. Our mortgage is more than that. The last person that was renting was
The
paying
traveling nurse.
$1,200 when I moved here. I had to kick them out. They were paying
Oh, I remember that
$1,200.
person. Yeah.
Yes, and my mother, and they could not afford it to pay the $1,200. So my mother was paying about $500 of that a month. Do you understand?
I understand what
So
you're
what
saying.
you're saying, she will do what my mother's a very spiritual. She does what makes her happy.
Yeah.
Hence the
My
car.
dad is the same
and things
way.
like she's just very happy.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna walk into a situation, leave her in a situation that's gonna be. So I want, so Airbnb, she don't want to do it. She don't want strangers in and out. She won't have to deal with that
she wants
shit.
tenants that she knows and she can identify.
So now if I leave her with another $2,200 rent,
So why don't you set it up for her? Rent out the spot, set up the
I
rent
set up the
situation.
kitchen. You see what she did with that?
No, I'm not talking about Dallas. I'm talking about here. Set it
don't
up
know.
for her. Give her the price points. And then if she decides to do something different, she's a grown-ass woman. Let her do what the fuck she want to do. Because to what end? You're not going to be here
Do
forever.
kids? So you don't think that male sons that are raised by single mothers
No, I
actually
feel
feel
like-
responsible for
I
them
feel like
at some point?
Yes, I feel like they do feel responsible, but I feel like you said, that's not your wife. You're not her husband. You are her son. She raised you for you to move on and start your own family and build your own shit, not to be here babysitting her forever.
When we speak this way, do you think I'm a mama's boy?
Sure.
Melly, you said
Just for
no.
the sake of the conversation.
Melly, you said no.
No,
I don't think you're a mama's boy, but for the sake of the conversation, I just felt like it was necessary.
But go ahead, Tron.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not even for the sake of the conversation. Like, he understands his mom's personality type. Like you said, she's very spiritual. She's a creative, and there's certain people that need that balance. Like, sometimes I need that. When I get in my creative bag, I need somebody that's going to be like, yo, help sit me down and be more structured.
But to what end? That's my own point.
That is a good point. That is a great point.
My
But I
point
don't
is
know
not the
when is it okay
Exactly.
to say no. This is not my
it's
business.
My problem is not being there for your mom. My problem is not, being the man of the house, helping her and taking care of the things that you need to take care of. That's not my problem. My problem is the exit strategy. When does it stop? Because if that's the case, then you going to be here till she 90 and you going to be here at 70. And if she goes, then you're still here. Like, how does that work? Like, that's not what our parents are here for. We are here for our parents to raise us and for us to leave and start our own families. And when they come in their elder years, we come back and we are there for them. But that doesn't mean that I have to live under the same roof with you all the time. I got to babysit you. I got to figure out your finances. I got to... I'm the child. You're the child. Even at 50, you're the child. If you leave, she's not going to drown. She might have a rocky situation. It might not be easy breezy all the
Melly.
time, but you're not going to drown. She's not going to drown. She's
Melly,
an
go
adult.
ahead. What do you think? You're here. You see everything. What's going on? Do you think this is something that sons do with their mothers? Do you think that a daughter has a different perspective?
Well, it depends. Like, I see your point where you're coming from, but like Dash said, you have to, get to a point where you have to exit and just make a plan. Like, all things are possible. Like, you could do anything you want to do in this world. You just have to have a plan, and you have to have a good plan. Sometimes the plan doesn't work, but sometimes it does work. And if it doesn't work the first time, you just gotta try again. So just come up with
Melly
a plan.
just ran me around Boys and Girls High track and field.
I think that this is a Black American ideal.
You have some.
I think that this is a Black American thing. Like, Black American men and their mothers,
I feel like West Indian men and their mothers, boys and their moms are.
them niggas be out. You shitting me? Because you never lived with a Caribbean parent, so you don't know. You live with a Black American parent, so y'all sitting there, y'all yelling and screaming at each other, ha ha, fuck
Toro
you,
does the
fuck
same
you
thing
too.
with his mom. Toro, go ahead. What did you have to say?
Yeah, I agree. Like, at some point, you gotta like abruptly like just stop it because, like, at some point, like sometimes I think when you're trying to help your mother out, it might be a situation where like I kind of rekindle something like I probably didn't have when I was younger. So like it becomes a thing where like, okay, like I help my mother out, so like let me show her like I'm a
That's
man now
exactly
type.
what it is, yeah.
But then it becomes a situation where like I left and she still want me to pay her bills. I was like, yo, you serious?
Like, you can't be dead ass.
Yeah,
Black
I was
American
tight.
mothers be doing shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
they be charging you
yeah.
rent for your childhood bedroom. Get the fuck out my face. I lived here for 18 years. The day I turned 18, you gonna ask me for rent? I'll go pay rent somewhere else,
Yeah.
bitch. You been dealing with shit the whole time. Now I turn 18 and all of a sudden you got no money. Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
Charm, you gotta. She's talking exit strategy. You're the king of economic development in the Black household here. What do you think?
So, you know what I always say, the Airbnb
She
rep,
doesn't wanna-
She doesn't want to do it. She doesn't feel comfortable. I get that. especially at her age. My parents feel the same way. Strangers coming in and out, the turnover. So you got to be like, all right, boom. If you're not going to do that, then maximize what you can get for each apartment. I can show her the listings of what rent is going for in this
In the
neighborhood.
area.
It fucked me
Crazy.
up. It surprised me. I was
4,000.
undercharging. You know, I was undercharging everybody in my building until I looked it up.
4,000.
I'm going to show her, or you should show her, and be like, this is what is the median, the average. You know what I mean? This is a nice brownstone, like, so you can go slightly above average. Or stay at average if you don't want to, you know, if you want to get quality, right?
But then you're gonna have people that are not are the color of the walls here. So
Exactly.
So what?
Listen.
Especially
She's
if
a spiritual
especially
person.
if they others, I charge them more. Just for having others in my
true.
house.
Listen, they
Shitting
got to
me?
be paid on time. You know what I mean? Don't matter what you look like.
Facts.
At the end of the day, you're making it's a business transaction. You don't want bad energy in here, but you know,
Sage every
this is
Saturday.
one of the times where I ain't worried about kinfolk. If everything is equal, obviously I'd rather you know, my people up in here. But I'm not gonna go like peeking through curtains to try to find those people in that type of situation. Show her the median, the average rental for now. You got 2 apartments that'll be available.
2.
She could do just fine without Airbnb.
Facts.
nigga, if these two, you know what I was getting for the, I was getting about 90 bands a year.
Yeah,
Off
I
of
remember.
Airbnb,
It's up. It is, man. Yeah.
and that's over 2 apartments. I was getting
Yeah.
about 90.
I remember.
With that, dip, I'm out.
Right.
You good? If you fuck that up, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck that up, that's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But she don't want to do it. You know
So
what
that's
I'm
where you
So
gotta
there's a
show it.
different
Like,
way.
listen, if you don't want to do that, you gotta maximize the rents.
You have to do
It's
something.
one or the other. Yeah.
And that's the tough conversation that you have to have. Like, you gotta do something. You have to figure something out, because at this point, it's time for me to own my own, start my own. I have a family. I have kids. You need your own house. And you can afford your own house. And then, with not paying bills here, if something happens with you affording your own house too, maybe you can set money aside for like a rainy day fund, like just in case something happens. Like you have
Savings
this,
is always the thing.
yeah,
but,
like you
know.
have this nest egg for her that she doesn't even know about. Or if you feel like she's not gonna do the right thing as far as the rent is concerned, then you be the landlord. It's nothing for you to come over here, depending on where you live. Even if you're not moving to PA. So like, you be the landlord. You still pay all the bills off the money of the tenants.
Extra work.
It's a little bit extra work, but you acting like your mother can't do it by herself, so then you do it. But you don't have to be here. You not your mama's babysitter. Let that lady do what she gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the, you know, obviously there's also me being able to save bread because the bills that I do pay
Yeah.
ain't a full
Yeah.
rent, you know what I mean,
Right.
somewhere else, a full mortgage somewhere else. I'd like to know what you guys think. Be gentle. I will block you.
Y'all know he gonna block y'all. If
I
y'all
will.
come at him
I
crazy.
will search your name. I will find your business. I will talk because y'all. I know y'all already in Lipstick Alley. Y'all talk shit about me all day. It's fine. Listen, this lady did a great job. I think. Fuck you. Okay, how you feel? I think she did a great job. So please, not too much on her. But I'd like to hear what y'all think, and if y'all think that at some point boys do take care of their single mothers more than, especially American black men or West Indian, is there some type of disparity there? So hit us up and let me know what you think. So Shameless Podcast, So Shameless Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Now, Tron brought up kinfolk, and we have a whole bunch of kinfolk items this week.
Not all
But-
skin folk is kinfolk.
I will say this. There are some positive things to speak about first. Before we get into the muck and the nonsense,
Okay.
Black Panther is coming out. We have a friend here that wants to join the conversation that you guys might be interested in hearing from. Melly, can we bring Tatiana up and see if we can have her join the conversation?
Tati.
And mark down this time just in case we need to do some work. Thank you for that perspective, Dodge. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You
I
know,
love
sometimes it's hard for me to be hard on her. Like, it's hard. It's easy. I can be like last night after I said I don't give a fuck about your car. I went into her kitchen and I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry. I insulted your baby. That was a little condescending. You know, I didn't mean to come off that way." And you know, she was like down and she lifted up and she's like, "Oh, all right, thanks. I appreciate
love
it."
her.
And you know, I felt because just because you feel a way about something does
Doesn't
not
mean you
mean
have
that
to say
it's
it.
not only that, but it doesn't mean it's the reality of the situation. Like, she worked hard in this house. She, you know, just because my perspective is, yo, I do this and I do that and do that. I didn't ask her what her perspective is.
True.
I just threw mine at her like, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? She might be like, yo, nigga, I paid for mad shit here. You lived for free forever. It's your turn to take care. I don't know. I don't know. You may say, no, that isn't true.
I mean, and it's a hard
Oh,
truth.
shit.
Hey, girl.
She has a background and shit.
Wow.
I'm going to see you tomorrow.
All right. Now,
What's up,
we can't hear
Dad?
you.
What's
Hold
up,
on.
Trom?
What's up, Tatiana?
How you doing? Thank you
Yeah.
for having me, Tahoe.
Of course. You are my sister show. What I would like to know, hold on, let's do some technical things first, Tati, before you come in here. All right. Let's go. All right, let me get my notes open. We have Tatiana from the
Hey.
For All Nerds.
Wait, get the mouse off my nose. Thank you. All right, there we go.
Okay, we
Nah,
have...
I need a So Shameless background picture for tomorrow. Somebody figure that out. It's about to be lit.
I love that. I said somebody else got to figure that shit out. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't do things. I show up and be pretty. It's my job.
I love it.
You do
What?
a lot more than that.
Oh, I was about to say.
Because showing up and being pretty means you would just shut up. Tatiana.
Hi.
Watch this.
Is that not true? Tatiana, hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, fam. Like,
Graced our
even
couch.
before pandemic.
Yes, you haven't graced our couch in some time. How's it going over there on For All Nerds?
It's going really good. We wild busy, shooting 3 different shows at a time. We're calming down now, but it's really good.
I hear y'all have a House of the Dragon show.
Yes, that Dodge is gonna be on tomorrow. I'm excited.
You're gonna be
It's
on
called
that tomorrow?
Castle Black.
That's why I need to like,
Why is everybody
Castle
on
Black
her?
Pod
Nobody
on
invited me.
Twitter, and everyone loves it.
What did you think? What did you think of comparing it to Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Where are we at? 0 to 10 in comparison to the original Game of Thrones. Even if we're only doing season 1, because it's hard to compare one season to the entire thing. Where are we? 0 to 10. Where you at?
10. That shit was so fucking fun and so fucking hood, and these white people are so ghetto on this show. Like, I love it. It's amazing. I love House of Dragons.
Yes.
Really, 10?
I can't wait to come.
10.
The way
If you only give
me
me first season of Game of
Yes.
Thrones, the first one, the original with Jon Snow and them, like 10. Yes.
absolute 10.
If you do it
are
in
absolutely
aggregate,
right.
I don't think that's fair because you got to do 7 seasons against one. But
Mm-hmm.
like, this shit just grabbed me from beginning to end, so I'm with it.
I might have to watch y'all show just so I could understand everything. I'm one of them niggas. I be watching it. I love the show, but I don't know what's going on half the time.
Nah, you gotta watch that. You gotta
need
listen
to
to
break
us
that
because
down.
we break it down. We just make it
Yeah.
real easy to follow who's who because it's confusing at first. But like when you realize, like I've been talking to people and telling them it's like a medieval Maury show. Once you
Yes.
understand that, then everything makes sense.
I love y'all. And them thrones. Woo-wee.
Yes.
Worst take you've heard about House of the Dragon?
The worst take?
Worst take.
That's hard because everyone likes it. They have bad takes about the characters on the show. Like saying dumb shit like Allison was innocent. She ain't innocent, bro.
Fuck Allison. Fucking
She
whore.
knew what the fuck she was doing. Thank you, Dad. Fuck Allison. Fuck her family. Fuck the Greens. Fuck everybody they stand for. Like, I don't mess with that. That's the worst take I heard. But most people don't have anything negative to say about the show like that.
All right.
And
What's the
fuck
name
the
of your House of the
Greens.
Dragon show?
Fuck the Greens.
Castle Black.
What my name, like my nickname on there?
No, the name of the show, House of the Dragon show, is Castle Black, right?
Castle Black. Yeah.
It's a podcast called Castle Black. It's on the For All Nerds network, but it's called
Correct.
Castle Black. So if you want to hear Dodge on the show next week,
Well, it's next week.
week.
But we record tomorrow.
Correct.
and get your opinion. You can go back and listen to their whole season where they break down every episode. And then next week, Daj, Tatiana, our homie, the longtime homie, DJ Ben Hameen, who hates men.
I love that for him.
Will be wrapping up the season and having that conversation. I can't wait to hear it. But
I'm so fucking excited.
you're actually here for something just as opulent as Castle Black. What's going on?
So on November 10th at Nighthawk Cinema in Prospect Park, we are producing I can't even say annual, but we are producing our newest version of our gala screening event for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and it is going to be litty. So for the first Black Panther film, we did a gala event where we had like an actual carpet. People walk down. We have photographers and media there, and we encourage everybody to dress up in their finest. At the time, everybody was talking about they was dressed like Coming to America, and they was dressed in all the, Afrocentric regalia and garments. We're encouraging that again. And like I said, it's a party. So people come into Nighthawk Cinemas, they're going to get the red carpet treatment, and you get to enjoy real food, liquor, music. DJ Ben Amin's going to be spinning. You get to enjoy some giveaways and gift bags. Like, we're really making it a huge deal, and it's like one of the best events we put on. We sold out of the event last time. It was like almost 200 people there the first time around. So we're doing it again, and everyone that I encounter about this event is really excited about it. They had an amazing time before. They got interviewed by like different news like organizations and things like that. So I'm like, if you want to see Black Panther in style, if you want to be with your peoples, Black people, if you want to go and drink and have a blast, come to Crown Wakanda. That is the name of our event, called Crown Wakanda, November 10th at Nighthawk Cinema, Prospect Park.
Nigga, I'm coming.
Now, tickets
come through.
$40. You're getting all of this. You're getting all of this for that. I'm definitely going to be there because I missed out on the first Black Wakanda experience.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Black Wakanda. That's like the Black Oprah.
I think I got the next day.
But I missed out on the first experience. So wait, y'all are getting dressed up? Everybody's getting dressed up? Like
everybody getting dressed up. Everybody. I mean, literally, when I say red carpet, I'm not using it as like a euphemism. I literally mean you're gonna be walking on the carpet, bro. Like, you are the VIPs. Everyone who attends are the special guests of this, and you're gonna be treated as such. And that's where we want people to understand. This is not just no regular degular situation. Like, you come in to really experience and be with your peoples and look fire and have an amazing time watching an amazing film.
I got this fucking African print bustier. Nigga, we
outside.
Shitting me? Say that.
I'm very excited to be there. That's November 10th?
November 10th. That's a Thursday, yes. And then the big thing about this, we call it Crown Wakanda because it's a big kind of regal initiative. After the 10th, on November 12th, that Saturday, we're going to give a free screening to the youth in Brooklyn. Trauma, I know you and your people are going to be coming through with a bunch of kids to let them see the film for free. They're going to get free concessions, free popcorn, soda, things like that. They're also going to get gifts. And this is what we do. Like, we raise all the money to make sure we can get the kids in to have a great time, as well as build up this incredible event, the gala screening event on November 10th.
I know everybody else wants to have something to say, but I want to challenge anybody out there that has things for kids, whether it be book bags, toys, books, children's books, pencils, crayons, whatever. I know you guys make things. If you have things that you want to add to these children's experience that are black made for Black children, please hit us up. Hit up For All Nerds. Contribute to the experience for these children. Me and Amari and Elijah will be there that Saturday. So I'm going Thursday and I'm going Saturday because I ain't going to miss this shit. And my kids ain't going to
I would love that. Yes. And please, y'all could, if you want to hit us up directly, you can email us contact@forallnerds.com. And as Tahoe said, like, we are encouraging Black-owned businesses and organizations to join us, whether you are for-profit, nonprofit, whatever. And if you want to put your merch, for example, in the gift bags that go to people who attend the gala, if you want to provide something, as he said, book bags or toys or anything that you think like the kids really enjoy, like something that they could use and also be part of their movie going experience, please hit us up and let us know, because we absolutely want to include you.
All right. All right.
Now, I have a question. I obviously spoke to Ben a little bit about this, but do we need to help raise some funds for the Saturday portion for the youth so their tickets can be paid for? How does that work?
Yes, we are doing a GoFundMe again, and I'll probably put it in the chat. It's called Crown Wakanda. Just look that up on GoFundMe. We are using that to raise funds in order to buy these tickets for the kids, because we want this entire experience to be free to them. They are going to be able to come in and have a blast, watch the film, and not pay a thing. And that's why we're targeting the youth in the community, youth of color particularly.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm bringing some of my DJ students, and it's going to be like they're going to be so appreciative of this.
Yeah.
So thank you in advance. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like we had it was amazing the first time around, and people were like just really shocked what we were able to pull off. And I just think that people have to have, and people are having, which is so crazy to me. They was hitting us up like 2 weeks before. Like they have a real big energy about this event, and I'm just want everybody to be there and come through. So you can find the tickets on Eventbrite for the November 10th gala screening at Nighthawk Cinema, Prospect Park. The train is right there. There's no excuse. It's literally across the street, the F and the G train. You go to crownwakandaforever.eventbrite.com.
I have a question. What?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm gonna ask you tomorrow. Never mind.
Okay.
I want a fox.
No,
I'm going to kill me a lion. I want to
trying to
wrap a
figure out-
lion around my head.
5 o'clock. We gonna talk about the time. See,
What do you mean talk about the time?
cause I get out of work at 3:45.
So you want them to change the time for you?
No, nigga, I want to know what time it's actually gonna start. You know.
The film starts at 6:30.
Oh,
But the pre-party starts at 5, and that's where, like I said, it's going to be music, and we're going to all the carrying on and the typical stuff, the fellowshipping that happens, and then we're going to see the film, and then there will be some more fellowshipping after.
And that is the night that Black Panther actually drops, which you cannot get a ticket to. They're sold out across the country. It's even sold out in Wakanda, Atlanta. So this is a space where you can still enjoy the opening of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, with your people. Tatiana, thank you so much for coming out. We're going to start breaking apart Black people now on this podcast. So you might want to
Of course. Thank you, Tahoe. Thank you, Dodge. Thank you, Chama. See y'all later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for the people that's not in New York City that can't come, donate for the kids then, man. You got kids.
Give us a second. Let's are we good? Are we good moving forward? I still hear echo.
All my niggas in the whole wide world.
All right.
I gotta go back and listen to that album.
Yes.
I listen to it frequently.
Really dope album.
Y'all doing a lot of listening. But Rihanna dropped today, and y'all said y'all didn't even listen to the song.
It was.
I heard it.
Yeah, it was playing in the background, and it was just, I don't know. I did not even pay attention to it.
It's the end of a movie credit song.
Nigga, it's a soundtrack. That's what soundtrack songs do. They play in the background.
But not
It's
all
exactly what
soundtracks.
it's for.
Soundtracks.
Oh, it
there's
is a
there's
soundtrack
yeah,
song?
it
It's
is
a soundtrack
song.
song.
For what movie?
Wakanda Forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But
And
I'm
this
just saying,
one
like,
is talking about she don't even like it. Like, why don't you like the song? Lift me up. What's wrong with that? What?
it's not for me.
It's a soundtrack. Do you actually listen? Like, which soundtrack songs do you actually listen to like that?
I literally have a whole playlist of Black movie soundtrack songs, and soundtrack songs
Why
is
do
fucking
you have
fire.
every time I have these conversations with you, you have a thing. What song? What's your playlist? Your
Fun fact,
soundtrack
and
songs?
I created it. I made it myself.
Does it have "Scandalous" from Batman, the original Batman, on it?
Scandal? No, it doesn't.
Let me hear.
I
hear
said
this.
Black movies.
Yeah. Well, Batman was.
Batman is not a Black movie.
It was dark.
Look, with Black movie soundtracks, I have "Don't Be Afraid" by Aaron Hall, "Back to Life" by Soul to Soul, Joe. I want to know. I made this shit. Computer Love.
What
You're
song
my
was
latest.
Computer
and
Love
greatest.
in?
Minister Society.
And it was also in
yeah, with the rims. Yeah.
But it was also in Love and Basketball.
Was it really?
What?
When they was
Nobody
at that
cares about
party
that.
and they was dancing. I have most of it from the Best Man soundtrack. I have mad
What's
stuff.
anything from?
Anything?
Well,
Is that
SWV.
Mad black movies from the 90s.
Nah, chill. We gotta make a black movies list and
Why
watch
would
them
we have to
as
make
a-
one? I already have it. Hopeless is one of my
No, I'm not talking
favorites
about a
from
song
Love
list.
Jones.
Love Jones
All right,
soundtrack is
hold on.
fire.
Pay attention. All right, y'all vibing out.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about Rihanna. I'm saying that we need to make a black movie list that we can watch together in the Discord because
Yes.
we've been doing that. We've been watching
know.
all of the Game of Thrones, all the House of Dragons on Twitch. Let's do that because
do it.
watching because you know they was talking about Baby Boy and they said Yvette was the worst person in Baby Boy. They said her behavior was outlandish for leaving her child in the house with Snoop Dogg and the Crips.
That's true.
It's a good
Well,
argument.
she was still
there.
in a relationship
That
with
is
Jody.
true.
She left the little kid in the fucking house with this nigga. She didn't even know this nigga. He just got out of jail. That's got to be crazy. But
Ain't
0
my
to
type
10.
of hype.
0 to 10. Rihanna, lift me up. What do you think?
Oh shit! I gotta listen to it again.
He didn't.
Yeah, I
we was
didn't-
sitting right
Yeah,
here, and
I didn't
Trump
give it his
did
proper
not
listen.
open his ears at all.
Lift me up. Go ahead. 0 to 10.
I'd rather lift every voice and sing at this point.
It is a song. She's sing. You have a mic over there. You know that, right?
Every voice.
It's an instrumental. You didn't listen to it.
Sing.
She's singing in the song and she's talking. She's giving it. You don't think?
It sounds like an instrumental. It just,
Can we play like
I
a
don't
real
even
clip?
remember the
real quick?
words.
Ring with the
right.
harmony.
I know. Wait. No. Stop. Hold on. Hello. Are you drink? Are you all right? You know it's a podcast.
Liberty,
It's a show.
let our rejoice sing.
All right. Listen. We're gonna stop the show because Dodge is bugging the fuck out. I want to call the police or the ambulance, and we're gonna listen to Rihanna real quick because I want to hear y'all opinion of the song.
I
all right?
listened to it. I told you it sounded like the ending credits of a movie.
Let's just don't. The Navy is here.
Okay.
We'll be right back. I want y'all to listen to the song right now. We're gonna listen to this. Hold on. Hey Google, play "Lift Me Up" by Rihanna.
Playing Rihanna on Spotify.
When I
Yo.
die, play this song at my funeral.
Now this
Son.
sounds like a Hawaiian funeral song. The
Hawaii.
Or maybe Nigerian. Tim's wrote it.
the
So-
instrument.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, Tim's wrote it.
Now violating two black women.
What?
Why y'all not lifting other black women up?
She
Why
said
y'all
lift
not
me up, but
holding
she
her
also
down?
said hold me down. So
Hold her down.
I'm holding her down. I said when I die, play the
No,
song at
you're
my funeral.
you're holding her under. Go ahead, Tron. What do you think?
I like it.
He a lie.
No, here's the thing. No, I got some more to add to that.
You gonna play it at the next bat mitzvah?
I do like it, but it's yo.
Nah, we're not doing no
Yeah,
Jewish jokes.
we didn't get to that yet. Yeah.
Everybody chill out.
Everybody relax.
Listen.
Everybody chill out.
Please, we don't want trouble. We don't want no trouble.
So obviously it ain't a party anthem. I would love that from Rihanna, right? We ain't heard no new shit from her, so
In
obviously
8 years.
I want her to come with something that could slap immediately. So
y'all violate her when right out the door.
How much you want to bet?
Nah.
How much you want to bet? And Wakanda Forever, they gonna play this song when they announce that Black Panther died. This is a funeral song.
Come on, bro.
It's a funeral song, and that's
he
okay.
died. All right.
still be a
So,
good
but why are
song,
you
though.
making such a big deal out of it? Tron, finish what you saying, please.
it's still a good song.
I didn't say it was bad.
It is. Dodge, I'll give you that. It's a little boring, right?
I didn't even say that.
Listen,
Nah, yo,
That's
let me-
It is.
crazy. I didn't say it was
When we first played it, it's not the type of song you want to have in the background while you're doing other shit. Because I completely missed the entire song. It did not capture me. But when I sat there and listened
this
to it,
nigga's a op. Yo, you know,
Yo.
the whole time I was playing, I was like, yo, you like? He was like, yeah, it's really
I
good.
do like
this nigga
it.
came
But
in like,
I'm giving my honest opinion, right? I like it, but I also want to know what the BPMs are so I could put a beat behind it. You know what I mean? I need to give it a little bit more oomph.
The nigga said it don't got a beat.
you want to speed
The
it up?
nigga said his
speed.
chicken with no seasoning. Nigga said
It don't
it's
really
the
have a
salt
beat.
and pepper, the salt and pepper seasoning chicken.
It don't really have a beat, though.
They ain't got no lorries on that shit.
It don't.
But it has it's a melody.
Yeah.
It's a soundtrack song.
it's a church
It's not
song.
a sound.
It sounds
Don't.
like a church
It's
song.
not.
It
I bet you
does.
it's not gonna be like the top. I don't know the
Song
word that
off the soundtrack?
Yeah, like it's not gonna be like
The
the
lead
lead
song?
song off the soundtrack. This is a funeral song, and that's fine.
It's the
But
first.
I don't need that depressing shit. I'm not bumping that.
But hold
I'll
up.
see you at the Super Bowl, man.
But for
Oh,
this
yeah,
to
she's
be
not
her
doing this.
first song after how many years?
Yeah.
She came out with the song.
She coming in slowly.
That's not a hit song. That's just it's a good song for Wakanda of when what's his name passed away. Like that's a good song just for that. But
She's just slowly coming back. I'm not mad at that.
Yo, y'all are
It's
tripping.
kind of like
bro.
when Drake dropped the shit before the main diss song.
that nigga charge
Charge it up, right?
Yeah.
Just a little quick temperature check, but he had something right behind it.
Boom,
She got some heat
back
coming.
to back.
I
Yeah,
know she
you
got
know
some
she
heat
got
Y'all
coming.
hear that
I'm not
voice?
hating on Rihanna.
That is
I
the
love
richest
Rihanna.
entertainer in the industry. Richest, and that she is still giving y'all fucking heat. What are you talking
She
about?
the richest entertainer in the industry
It was, yeah.
because she sell makeup
Oh, you hating for real, for real.
and
That's
underwear.
not Fenty glitter you have on your eyelids.
It
right
ain't.
there. You're hating. You're hating. Big
Mind
hate.
you, my lip gloss is Fenty though, because I fucks with it. But what
Alright,
I'm saying
so why
to
you
is,
talking down? Oh,
I'm not talking
underhanded
down.
compliments.
It's not an underhanded. You're saying that she's the richest woman in entertainment, like it's because of
And
music.
she still can sing this. Whoa, wow.
It's not because of music.
Her last release was anti.
Her last release was 8 years ago.
It's still anti. You're being
8
very
years
anti,
ago.
where you're representing it well.
What I'm saying is, yes, she's rich, but it's not because of the music. She's rich because of her business endeavors after the music, which is fine. I'm not negating anything. I love Rihanna. I'm waiting for the Rihanna single to the new Rihanna album. Wakanda Forever, y'all can have that funeral song. I'm sure y'all gonna be dressed up. Y'all gonna be dragging Chadwick's his casket through the streets of Wakanda, and we're gonna play this song, and everybody gonna cry in the theater, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Like, the fuck? You look sad now. It done fucked up the whole energy in the room.
I'm sad that
now
y'all
we
don't,
sad.
I'm sad that she should be celebrated. It's been 8 years. Yes, it has been 8 years, and she is on probably the biggest grossing releasing movie soundtrack
Yes.
since.
Congratulations.
Well, it's fucking Tom Cruise now, but it was Black Panther before it was what was that fucking Top Gun? It was Black Panther.
Okay.
So she's on the soundtrack, and this is
Yes.
her opening shit. And what do we
Okay.
get from black people? This is what we get from black people?
All right, go ahead. Reel it in.
Hate.
Ain't nobody hate the fucking
It's a
song.
soundtrack song. So what? It's the last song. So what if it's the credits playing song? So fucking what?
I didn't say it was a problem. I just made an
Everybody's saying
observation.
it's a problem, and this is what we're doing.
You okay?
You all right? That's what you get for hating. This
That's
is exactly
crazy.
it. So don't hate on the fucking Navy.
But I don't understand. How is this hate though?
Because we're not
And
not
how the
giving her
fucking
room.
dare you talk about hating on the Navy when you fucking turned your whole back on OVO and honestly, never mind, is a bop.
OVO is not the Navy. Drake ain't the Navy.
But I thought you
OVO
was
ain't the Navy.
Tahoe, so how you
I
not?
could be both. Two things can be true.
But you turned your back against Drake.
I don't gotta hold that fucking yellow nigga down. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck about Rihanna.
Why?
Cause she follows me. Drake don't follow me.
Rihanna don't know she follow you. That's why I keep trying to tell you.
Listen, that was it. You said that at 1:11:11. I saw it. You didn't. You wanna know why? You're not blessed. I am blessed. That's why
I
see
am
it.
blessed. Those are
That's
one,
why Rihanna
one,
follows
one, one.
me.
Those are not my angel numbers. So thank you. But no.
I just want to let y'all know that I think it's an amazing song. It's not just because she follows me. It's because
Because it made you sad? It made you feel something on the inside? Did you cry a little bit? Because that shit's sad as
I
hell.
support black people. And black women. And black women. I like Rihanna. I like
You support
her.
black women?
Yes.
You?
I
I
like
saw
her.
your recent video on the people them internet.
Yeah.
Who you support?
Oh, so this was another women hating video? I just feel like
Did you see it?
women have a lot of redeeming qualities. There's a lot of redeeming qualities. Women.
Redeeming qualities.
Yes. That make them amazing. The fact that y'all chase all the other bitches away out of our lives is great. It's amazing. You always got a problem with people, women, you know, letting us know what our friends that we've had around us for years, what their problems are, why they shouldn't be in our lives. I think that's an amazing thing that y'all do for us.
I don't have time for your felonious
y'all
nonsense.
personal food checkers. They get in your
right.
food when you get it. It comes here. Oh, that looks good. Just make sure there's no needles. You know, poison to eat your shit for you.
Right, let me drink it before you to make sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. It's amazing.
Let
It's
me
a very
taste that.
selfless thing to do.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's women.
You see how we put ourselves in jeopardy every day for your
make
survival?
us do men things for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We pay bills. You make us do things. You know, take out the do the
Let you
gender
live
role
up to
things.
the best of your ability.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Appreciate.
what
I appreciate y'all. Yo, Melly and her little mic over there.
we do. Yo, there's jokes in this house. I love it here.
I will say that I'm not quite sure if all black women feel appreciated by us men.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Oh, really?
But did you guys see the Ashanti interview with Angie Martinez?
Fuck that fat motherfucker.
Who, Ashanti?
That's what she said.
Oh.
I love Ashanti.
Right.
That's
did
why.
see
I think niggas forgot that Ashanti really from New York, and I feel like it started slipping through in that interview. Like
Word.
everybody's like, oh, Ashanti, like nah, Ashanti really from New York. Like she from Long Island, but she really from New York,
from
cause she
New
was
York.
around them Queens niggas for a long time. So that mouth,
Probably wicked, but probably not.
nah, that mouth wicked.
Ashanti don't look like she got good head.
I wasn't talking. What are you talking about, nigga?
Oh, my bad. Cause she
said that mouth, but it's two different things.
said it was wicked, and I was like, I don't know. All right. What we saying?
I don't have nothing to say to this nigga.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I was not feeling the Ashanti interview.
Boo! Tomato, 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 tomato.
I didn't like it at first.
Maybe that's why, cause I did turn it off.
Oh no, I finished it.
I thought that so this is the thing. For one overshare does not beget another to me. I did not need to hear Ashanti's part. I was good with listening to Irv play itself. It's like, yo, you playing yourself, whether this is your perspective, whether it's true or whatever. I don't care about what happened between you and Ashanti. The fact that you doing all this is not necessary. So now when she comes and starts doing her overshare, I was like, yo, first of all, this is like listening to a breakup album. I don't need to hear your side of it. I was good with not believing him or whatever. Now you're doing this. It's like you're attacking this character. You're calling him feminine, which could be true or not, but why? What is this doing for the Ashanti brand? Why am I here? Why do I care?
I liked it.
There's nothing in Ashanti's history. Like, I liked Rain on Me. I like certain songs, but I've never wanted to hear this much of her life. I've never wanted to hear this much of her life.
You just wanted to look at her on Instagram and you didn't
I
care
thought
about
she's
who
cool.
she was on the
She's a
inside.
Queens chick. I like Queens chicks,
She's
but
not
I do.
from Queens.
Well, she's not from Brooklyn.
She's from Long Island, Glen Cove.
Then that makes sense because it was boring to me. It was like, yo, she's not really getting in. And even you fat black, like that's like forced. Like, why are we doing that? You're Ashanti.
I don't.
Why are
think
we
so.
doing that?
I think she's an artist that comes from a different time. So she has like real artist development what a lot of artists don't have nowadays. And I feel like while she was doing the interview, you can see that artist development in the interview because she wasn't saying anything overt.
It
like
was
she
nothing
was kind of
being
dancing
said.
around it.
Everything was dancing.
But when the real Ashanti slipped through, she slipped through, but then she pulled it back because that's real because nobody does that anymore. Everybody is just like shots. Like nobody has that element of like decorum and discretion. Like I'm assuming that she wanted her interview to be the exact opposite of Irv. She wanted hers to look more concise, more eloquent, and more
She wanted to get up there
polished.
and dance around all of these topics. What was the point of doing it?
Well,
We didn't believe. Irv got shitted on for his interview. What did you add? There's no reason for it.
I mean, you could say that, but at the end of the day, when somebody has been like as per what she's saying, has been basically emotionally manipulating you and has been like talking down on your character for years and years and years, and you never said anything, and then now you're on all of these platforms and you have like this big documentary out. Maybe it is time for me to open my mouth and be like, let me tell y'all, this nigga ain't shit.
I'm not mad at her like setting the record straight, and also she gave a perspective that I thought it was good for people to hear, like the perspective of being in a relationship with a powerful man in the industry, and this is what could happen if the relationship goes left. And I thought like that. I thought that's a topic.
Send the boys downstairs.
Oh, send the boys downstairs. I thought you moved
What
the
the hell
door
is he
open.
doing?
I don't know. He was sitting there
This
confused.
nigga's trying
Like,
to
that's
go
the
get the door for
topic.
Gunner.
He downstairs?
No. How would I know?
I don't know. I thought that's who called you.
Everybody's confused.
Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Go ahead, Tron. What were you saying?
Anyway, just the fact that she was talking about being in a relationship with basically the boss of the label, the mogul of the label, and she's an artist on the label. That power dynamic I found to be interesting. I didn't really particularly care to hear her side of the story because we already knew Irv was lame, right? But she wanted to set the record straight on a couple of things. I think that's fine.
What did you learn from the Ashanti interview?
I learned that.
I was talking. How do you do that?
Oh, I thought I thought that was to the room. Sorry, shut up. I'm
Well,
supposed to sit here and be pretty.
For one, she the main thing that she wanted to clear up, which I think was important, was Irv was like, "Yo, we over there getting indicted by the feds," and then she bounced like so. Irv made her be like, "Yo, when shit get rough, I'm out of here," and she was like, "Yo, I wasn't even speaking to Irv, and I'm flying from my movie shoots just to be at the trial, just to support." So she was like, "I gotta set the record straight on that." I'm not mad at her. If I was her, I'd want to like, nah, you ain't gonna say that shit about me without saying something.
Dodge, please. Give yours too. Please. Oh, jeez, come on. We got a whole show here. Don't do it the woman thing. Oh, you said this, so now I'm gonna make sure you feel it. Come on. What do you think she set the record straight about?
Nothing.
Tron.
Stop fucking with me. This is why I be trying to tell this man to stop fucking with me. He won't fuck with me, so now we go play.
Dodge, please.
You be fucking with me, so you wanna?
What do you think this song? What do you think this interview set the record straight for Ashanti?
A lot. I feel like her bottom line was, I was not in a relationship with this man, and I think that's common. That's constantly misconstrued. I think that on top of the fact that they were not in a relationship, at least in her mind, so all of this betrayal and neglect and all of these things that he tried to paint her out to be is like, I'm none of that because I was never really a bitch. And then on top of that, I think we also kind of had a sense or understanding about the trajectory of Ashanti's career and why I feel like it didn't blossom and develop and reach the highest levels that I felt like it could have reached, because he essentially manipulated her and blackballed her from herself by putting her down. Like, I don't think that a lot of people know the psychological impact of somebody that you look up to, somebody that you think cares about you, that is constantly putting you down. Like, I made you. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be you. If nobody wants to work with you outside of everybody in this team, and oh, you want to go be with Nelly, then go sign the dirty ENT. Like, all of that shit, like, that's crazy. I feel like it's eye-opening. I feel like Irv talked a lot of shit, but he ain't say none of the shit that he did.
I want to say this. I believe Ashanti.
Same.
I also believe Irv. I believe that there are two totally different perspectives in a situation. This was Irv's. This was Ashanti's. Both can be true. I ain't seen nobody run to go get Ashanti afterwards. After Murder Inc., I ain't seen nobody help her. Barely nobody did nothing. Once Murder Inc. dwindled, she dwindled. Irv could have been correct about that. As a matter of fact, it hasn't been like, look, all I'm saying is that nothing that Ashanti said surprised me, because, okay, yeah, that's what happens when you fucking with this dude. But she was very young.
21, 19, 20?
I understand the manipulation aspect.
And I think that that's something that needs to be more amplified.
You're still Ashanti. Like, I personally, huh?
No, I'm saying I'm with you.
I'm just
I see
like,
Irv's side too.
what? I get it. I understand it. Did I need it? No.
But somebody
Drop
else
dope
might
music.
need it.
Go to your therapist. You're Ashanti. Irv played himself bad. I believe that Ashanti staying Ashanti was more powerful than her dropping this thing. This was just fodder for the internet and social media. Nothing went anywhere.
Well, you know she got an album dropping.
Yeah. and
Okay,
she got
so
a
now
movie
you
coming
sold
out.
your
Today.
personal business to sell your fucking album? Do you think it's really gonna sell the fucking album?
Everybody does a media run before their album drops. How can she do a media run without talking about the album?
Exactly. And then
She could have been did that.
no, but but
Like,
to
nobody's
Trump's
going- yeah.
point, like that doesn't make sense. Like I would rather get it all out one time, so when it's time for me to do my music and go promote my new music, I don't have 1,000 people asking me questions that I already just answered in this one thing. So I
They're
could
still
always
gonna
say,
ask.
go
They're
refer
still
back.
gonna ask.
But I already answered that question, so now back to the music.
They're still gonna ask.
And you can say, I already publicly answered that question, so now back to the music.
I think that this is I understand what y'all saying. I don't mean to keep harping on my own point. I just don't think it was necessary. I think that, yes, people are going to ask. She can say no comment. I just I let people play down there. I choose to be up here. And that was the past. What are we talking about 12 years ago? Mm-hmm. And we move on. And she stays Ashanti. This unnecessary sharing of information, it didn't do anything to promote her album. It didn't do anything to make me feel like, oh, poor Ashanti.
I think it did, because I wouldn't have known that her album was dropping today if I didn't watch this interview.
It was today?
Her album dropped today. I had no idea.
Did you listen to it?
I did.
All right,
I didn't listen to Rihanna either. I just didn't listen to no music today.
All right, yeah, we didn't need that. You don't put two bad bitches against each other.
My point is, it just dropped today. I didn't listen to any music today.
I will go listen to her. Even though she has me blocked, they're going to be like, oh, well, see, that's why. Listen, I don't have no problem with Shanti. I still love it to this day. Yeah. Can you believe it?
Yes.
She blocked you? Yeah. Wonder why. No, I love Ashanti. Okay, that was Ashanti. We did Rihanna. We did Ashanti. Any other black entertainers in the media right now?
Nope.
Damn, I'm drawing a blank.
Damn, I can't. It's weird. Damn. Somebody canceled him out of my memory? Is that what happened? I find this whole Kanye situation to be extremely befuddling, as my friend Taxstone would say.
I ain't
It's
befuddled.
puzzling. It is extreme. It's just one thing that Kanye can say about his legend is that he's done things that's never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
His first billionaire to become a billionaire, and then lose it by hundreds of millions of dollars.
By being a fucking bigot.
I'm not sure. So what is the bigotry? Because I honestly saw a couple interviews, but they were all deleted, and I saw snippets. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. I don't know exactly what he did to Jewish people. What did he do?
What was the anti-Semitic statement? I
Yeah.
don't know, because I wouldn't even entertain that shit, honestly. I'm not watching none of that shit.
Trump, do you know what he said?
The tweet was the main thing. When he
What's the
said,
tweet?
I'm a little sleepy right now, but I'm gonna go. Something like when I wake up, I'm about to go DefCon 3 on these Jews. And he said DefCon, which isn't even the right phrase. It's
'Cause he's a
DefCon,
fucking
DEF, right?
idiot.
But
He said DEATH con.
He said Death Con, about to go DefCon 3 on these Jews, right? And then, did you see the Drink Champs interview?
I did not.
I thought it was just like a clip or two where he's talking about Jews. He's like the whole interview. It's like to the point where it's like, fam, like, chill. So one can argue that it wasn't anti-Semitic. He's just talking about how Jewish folks have basically oppressed black people in certain ways and how they hold all the power in record label contracts and.
Is there a reason you're snoring?
I
I'm sorry, Tron. I didn't mean to cut you off, but she
Yeah,
was
no, she
actually
cut me off.
snoring.
I wasn't snoring. I was rolling my eyes very hard and made something happen in my throat.
Damn, some big ass eyeballs. Tron, can you finish? Tron wants to finish his point. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
I don't remember where I was at, but basically, that was.
You said that Jews own everything. That's where you at.
So he went on a lot of rants on Drink Champs that I can see how Jewish folks could label it anti-Semitic.
Now, one of the rants that he went on, I pulled this from iHeart Miko's page. Miko is a friend of the show. She's also been labeled anti-Semitic as of late. I don't know what's going on. I haven't paid attention, but I saw some things, and her location is sucking my dick. So obviously she's okay. But she did post a portion of the Kanye West Drink Champs interview, which was,
I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous, not just for me, but for our entire culture. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with it.
I, like I said, did not listen to the Drink Champs interview. Several thousand of our followers obviously did. If he's speaking like this, what did he say that was...
It's a 3-hour-long interview. He's all over the place. He's not speaking like that. I heard the clips first, and I had my opinion on it with just the clips and from what, people was telling me, what wifey was telling me. When I listened to the shit in its entirety, I felt completely different.
Really?
It's a lot. He's all over the place. But he's mentioning a lot of things. Like, you can easily listen to it and be offended if you're Jewish. You could easily listen to it and be a black nationalist and be like, oh, that wasn't anti-Semitic. He just wants black people to be free. You know what I mean? So, but it was way more Jewish references than that, is my point. You know what I
Daja,
mean?
please. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's Daja.
Yes.
Please give us your opinion.
Kanye's an idiot.
It's very concise, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think it was well worded.
Thank you.
Straight
Eloquent.
to the point.
Yeah,
It was eloquent. Do you mind
Elaborating?
elongating?
Do we know how the Holocaust started
Here we go.
in the room? Do we
It
know
was about. It was everything that Kanye was saying in the interview. It was about. I think the Germans were talking about how they are in control of everything, how they hoard resources, how their presence basically it just stops other people from growing, and they need to be, because of their nature. This is why the Holocaust started.
They need to be eradicated
They
off
need to
the
be
face of the
eradicated
earth.
because
Yes.
their nature is basically a leech on the resources, and
Yes.
they hoard them to themselves, which is harmful to the rest of the world.
Exactly. Absolutely true. Do we know how many people died in the
I believe
Holocaust?
it's 2 million, something like that.
Estimated between 4 and 7 million people, which means that almost the entirety of New York City, if somebody was to take everybody in New York City except for 1 million people and throw everybody into a fucking oven and kill them.
An oven.
Men, women, and children alike. The problem here is, the problem I have with Kanye West and the Kanye West of the world is the fact that you have admittedly said that you've never read a book before,
That is a
but you
hard
open
thing.
your fucking mouth all the time and you just say things. Like, you just say things and you say some of the most fucked up shit. Like, some of the most fucked up things that a nigga could say. You say it, and you say it out loud, and you say it with your
Fuck
chest.
the nigga, because
and
that makes
you
it
don't
black.
even.
Because I don't even want to do that, because it's more than just black. I'm sorry,
is
for cutting
more
you
than
off,
black, but
because this is just crazy.
It's deeper than that. It's And what I don't like is, I just want you guys to know, like, as a country, it was only a little bit in there.
That's why. Okay.
It was literally,
Yeah.
it was a shot in there.
Yeah.
It was a shot
Yeah.
in there.
No, but you
It was
snoring.
one shot.
Go ahead.
Shut up. In this country, the literacy level as a whole, I think it maxes at about 4th grade reading level.
Sorry.
I hate the fact that I go on social media and people have these opinions. Niggas that I know ain't never passed world history in their motherfucking life. Probably cut every history class, ain't read a book since somebody assigned it to them. And everybody has all of these opinions and everybody is so wrong and it's so fucked up. We as Americans living in a capitalist society, we don't have a leg to stand on to talk about the people that own most of anything, because this is a capitalist society. You have a billionaire on a show talking about the Jews are in control of everything and own everything. You're a black man that is a billionaire in America. How dare you? You're not poor. You're not
And you
disenfranchised.
start dating mad white people.
Like, but what I'm saying is, what a lot
Still
of
mad at
people
him for
don't,
Julia Fox. Good.
what a lot of people don't understand is, Jew is not a person. It's a religion. It's a religion that spans across the world. You are putting the targets on the backs of regular, average, everyday people because you got beef with a couple of executives.
It's more than a religion. They're consider
A
themselves
race.
a people.
Yeah, but they're also considered a race too, which is how, honestly, I think that blacks and Jews, that we should kind of team up, because with the racism, like, we kind of
they?
more aligned
Would
than
they?
anything else. I think a lot of them would, and I
They
feel
fuck
like
with us.
even when you're talking about the music industry, there are a lot of Jewish men, yes, that are in control of the music industry. They love the culture. They do. They just, like, these two disenfranchised races, I really feel like we should just band together and fuck the world up. But that's another story. That's just my own little theory in my head. The fact of the matter is, you have beef with record execs. You have beef with heads of corporations, of CEOs. Then have beef with them. That's like somebody coming in and saying, all of the Christians of the world do this, that, and the third, and they own everything, and they're in control of everything, and something needs to be done about it. When you mad at 2 pastors with mega churches in the South, go talk to them niggas. Go at them niggas. Like, why is it that there are average Jewish people that are just walking around living their lives, some way, somehow, now I got a target on my back because Kanye said this. And then you also have to think about the history of the Holocaust. This is kind of how it started. So they're afraid of that. And they should be.
And that's what I
they
was saying.
should fight back against anti-Semitics. Like, are y'all shitting me? We as black people to this day, we still ready to punch a white person in the face for saying the word nigga, because we should. Because it's disrespectful to us, to our ancestors and our culture. So why would we allow this man to disrespect our ancestors, our culture, and to literally, like, put this extra target on the back of regular, normal people? Because those Kanye followers, those ones that was doing the Hail Hitler and Kanye was
Hold on,
right
hold
and
on.
all that shit, like,
Hold on.
come
There's
on,
more
son.
to it. Go ahead, Tron. There's more. I'm going to give you more room. Hold on.
I'm good.
So I saw the Piers Morgan interview also, and that's where he apologized at the end of it. And he apologized basically on the same point that Dash said. He realized that he's not talking about the Jewish people. He was mad at a select few.
Yeah.
And so he apologized, right? The thing is, the difference between what he said and why it's anti-Semitism
Semitic,
is the
yeah.
way that he said it, right? Now, he's just not articulate enough. And he said that he spoke to his pops, and his pops was like, listen, I'm with you, but you're not using sophisticated enough words. And that's the problem with him. He's not articulate. But in the interview, he called himself Moses. He thinks he's our leader, right? But even Moses knew that he wasn't that articulate, and he had a spokesperson with him that was more articulate than himself. Like, Kanye is basically so self-centered that he doesn't recognize his shortcomings, and he's gonna self-anoint himself as the black leader, as the Moses, even though he's not in the position to do so. He's not the most qualified to do so.
Can't no nigga that
All
never
of
read a
these
book
talking
lead me
points
nowhere.
about Jewish people and the way that they've had had their hands in black people's pockets through record label contracts and this, that, and the third. All of that has been addressed before. Farrakhan has said it. Rizza Islam has said it. Nick Cannon has said it.
Yes.
Ice Cube has said it. They've all said it in a way more articulate way.
Yes.
There are some truths to it.
Yes.
And to some point, I understand why people support Ye, why black nationalists support Ye.
But it has nothing to do with them being
Dodge, let me
Jewish.
finish. I'll let you finish. It has to do with, is it anti-Semitic if I am calling out my oppressor for something that they're doing and it's the truth?
Yes.
Is that anti-Semitic?
Yes.
Now, it's all about the way that you say it. The way that he said it was anti-Semitic. But the actual facts to it has some legs to stand on. But my point is, he's not the person that needs to be calling anybody out because he's not, I'm not even going to use the word intelligent. He's not the
Eloquent.
He's not eloquent
Articulate.
enough. Words are very important.
Yes.
He actually said that in the interview how important words are, but then in the same interview, he's loose with his words and he's irresponsible with his words. He's not eloquent. He's not the leader that he thinks he is. He's self-appointed, and
Trump,
that's my.
I am not going to disagree with you.
Mhm.
I think that you have brought up things that I couldn't have, and I appreciate you for it.
Mhm.
I am shocked at a few different things that go across the board, and that's why I told Dodge I'm going to save space for her because there are other things in this conversation that I want to get to, but I don't want to keep harping over the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with your points right now is, are things being taken too far when it comes to Kanye? Is he being set up? Is he being railroaded? Is this racism? And the reason why I say that is because I open Forbes.com. That is FORBES.com, which is a representation of Forbes magazine, which is something that has catered to millionaires, billionaires, opulence, just the greatest things about capitalism, right? And I see an article that says Kanye West reportedly wanted to name his album after Hitler.
Yes. Because he's inspired by him.
The
Somehow
article
Hitler's
goes
such an
on
inspiration.
to say CNN he reported that he had an obsession with the Nazi leader, citing several anonymous sources who used to be close to West. 4 sources told CNN that West wanted to name his 2018 album Hitler, but ultimately went with the name Ye. A former business executive who worked with West told the outlet that West had an affinity for Hitler and praised the dictator by saying how incredible it was that he was able to accumulate so much power, and would talk about all the great things he and the Nazi Party achieved for the German people. This article, if you go into Forbes, you can find this article. It's still there. It has not been deleted. They stand on that. And there are a few other points that they try to make. There are bullet points. When we speak about him having great points and we speak on him just not being articulate, are we excusing nonsense and ignorance?
Yep. All the time.
No, I'm separating the two. I understand.
When it comes to Hitler?
Here's the thing.
So are we saying that Ku Klux Klan, somebody can speak nicely and have an obsession with the Ku Klux Klan, but they still had, the right idea?
Like, let's take Donald
I like
Trump.
that silence. You heard that silence?
Let's take Donald Trump for an
He did
example.
Okay.
I thought, me personally, I didn't think he was a great president. I thought he's racist. I thought he was divisive. I don't think he's that intelligent. I can separate certain parts and certain legislations that he implemented, certain tax plans, and be like, yo, on this tax plan for small businesses and entrepreneurs, this is great. It's so beneficial for the people, for the economy, for entrepreneurs like myself. Right?
I did well
we
under
all
Trump.
did.
Exactly, right?
Fight as a capitalist society. We did
That
amazing.
doesn't mean that I'm co-signing him
other
saying, calling us sons of bitches, calling African countries shit, you know, holes in the
Shit
wall,
country,
shit
whole-
country, right?
yeah, pieces
So
of
it
shit
doesn't
country.
excuse any of that, but I can separate parts of the conversation. The most difficult thing, I watched a few different Kanye interviews. The Piers Morgan was way better than Drink Champs because Drink Champs, they didn't challenge him. When you watch,
Nori doesn't do
And
that.
they never
Right,
do.
when you watch-
because he a resource kid himself. Like
So,
you got the
here's
blind
the
leading
thing:
the
when he's on
fucking
Drink
blind.
Champs, he's just rambling and nobody's really challenging him, right? When he's on Piers Morgan, you realize that Kanye is not as intelligent as he thinks he is. Because once he has an intelligent person on the opposite end that is challenging him, he didn't have answers. It's almost
And he
like,
never does.
you know what I mean? So that's why I say he's not. In that moment, I realized, like, you're a brilliant idiot. You have great talking points, but it's almost as if you read the Bible yesterday and now you think you're a pastor. Until somebody that really knows their scriptures is sitting there talking to you,
Yep.
sitting there talking to you, and you're like, and you don't understand really fully what you're saying. It just sounds fly. So I say that to say he says some fly shit. He has some great nuggets and some really dope shit that was like, that touched my soul because it was really stuff for the empowerment of black people. I really feel like somewhere in his heart, he really wants the empowerment of black people.
Wearing a White
And
Lives
these
Matter
are
shirt?
and he drops these nuggets. And that's why he still got black nationalists that support him. Because them nuggets is like, the reason why people support him because nobody else is dropping those nuggets. Nobody on his level is brave enough to throw themselves out there the way that Kanye is, right? However, if you listen to it in its entirety and not just the clips of the certain nuggets, then you realize he's just a brilliant idiot. He's saying some shit, but he's not that intelligent, and he's not the person that we should be following it, and that's why I don't fuck with him.
Daj mentioned something. I was going to go in another direction because this is a heavy conversation. And you guys are educating me. I don't know nothing about shit. Now, I've read a couple of those books over there. I haven't read all of them. I definitely haven't read as many as Daj, and I obviously have not read as many as you. But I don't see where the plan or the brilliance in the White Lives Matter shirts falls in to all of these nuggets that a black nationalist would be able to hold on to. Daj, do you have any perspective here? Am I bugging? Is Trump being too, I don't want to say obtuse, too, when you say optimistic? Optimistic is the word that I was going for. What are we saying? Because White Lives Matter, what was the
I'm
play?
gonna get to that too when Daj done.
Sometimes I want to revoke my black card.
Yeah, you called us pussy, but I was going to get to that.
Yeah, sometimes I want to revoke my black card because there's something, and I'm gonna blame it on slavery. Honestly, I'm gonna blame it half on slavery and half on Christianity. There is something that they did to our epigenetic coding that made us so fucking forgiving of bullshit. We don't have a line. We don't have boundaries. We don't have no hard stop on anything. Niggas could literally say anything and there's going to be at least one nigga that be like, yo, I see your side though. I understand what you trying to say. Like, yeah, you fucked up in the first 30 minutes of that, but them last 10 minutes, that shit was a bar. You can't fuck up for 30 minutes and then say some smart shit for 10 minutes and I give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's me.
What are we gonna do? Like, this is why Kanye's in the position that he's in right now. This is why so many black people across the board are so upset. Like, oh, it took him to say something anti-Semitic to get canceled. But when he said, because we keep giving niggas the benefit of the doubt. We the same niggas that have the family fucking pedophile sitting at Thanksgiving dinner giving niggas the benefit of, we just gonna keep an eye on him. He a little weird with the kids. He a little slow. We give people too many fucking opportunities to slap us in the fucking face. It's like, enough. What is it that Kanye West has done for black people in totality that makes us give him all of these fucking chances? It can't just be because he's black, because that nigga don't even identify with his blackness. He's black when it's convenient. He's always been that way. He's been crying and boo-hoo and tearing. I'm a genius. I don't understand why these fashion industries, these white operated industries in Europe, they don't fuck with me. I'm Kanye. Like, all of this fucking boo-hoo crybaby bullshit. And niggas is still like, yeah, but Yeah, but what? It's black people to this day that still listen to R. Kelly. It's black people to this day that still will not get Trey Songz the fuck out of here. We always making excuses for niggas. And this is why nobody respects us. This is why we don't have no leg to stand on. I understand that black people, we are not a monolith. I get that. But I do think sometimes I wish that we had some type of monolithic stand. Because one thing about them Jews, say some shit about Hitler. Say some off the wall shit about the fucking Holocaust. They clipping your ass automatically. I don't give a fuck if it's a Hasidic, somebody that's non-practicing, whatever, because that is their hard line. Mm-hmm. That's where they stop. Fail safe. Stop. Mm-hmm. You got fucking Mexicans like 6ix9ine walking around saying nigga and all the rest of this other shit. Don't nobody got nothing to say. Oh, he grew up in the hood though. So we don't have, like, what's wrong with us? I'm not giving that nigga no outs for nothing. Yes, he was very impactful in my college days. Yes, I will still bump fucking College Dropout to Life of Pablo. Everything after that is clipped. Yes, the music is very important to me, but am I gonna sit here and continue to support this person? Am I gonna give this nigga the benefit of the doubt on the internet? Am I gonna drop a tear because he's losing multi-million-dollar deals because he's a fucking idiot? No.
Dodge, I ain't gonna front. It's difficult.
It ain't.
It's conflicting. Like watching his interviews like I did this week, it's conflicting because there's nobody, no celebrity, no entertainer, no business person of his level, of his stature, that has said things to the empowerment of black people that he has said.
What is
so hold on, let me finish, right? So the black nationalists are really like, yo, we gotta save Ye at all costs, right? Because nobody has gone that hard on a rant, and the rant is fueled by black empowerment.
It's not.
The problem is, let me finish though. The problem is,
you're talking about a person.
Let me finish what I'm saying. The problem is he's super inconsistent. And at the end of the day, he doesn't stand for shit. He talks. He makes great talking points. And it's easy for people to rally behind his points because nobody else is brave enough to say it. But he's not about shit. And what we have to understand is to be a leader, if you want to call yourself Moses, it takes a consistent body of work. It takes there's no black leaders out here that just show up and start talking some fly shit and gonna get our support. He thinks that we're gonna support him because he said some fly shit.
So the thing is, for one, you mentioned how self-centered he is.
Absolutely.
And in your argument, you mentioned leader and his idea about it. I want to know, does he think that we're idiots? No, that's one thing. The second thing I want to bring up is that when you're speaking about black nationalists, because I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't.
They
sorry.
don't know who the fuck they are.
Wait, I don't. I've not done the research on them. That's fine. To who?
Blue pill, red pill?
My twin friends.
Those that
great.
type.
Great.
Going
but
hard.
How do they rationalize him speaking about how white men are the most oppressed and the most this, that, and the other, and him saying that he can relate to them and all of that a week before going into all of this? It's too much, bro.
Skip over that part.
It's too much. And so
I've been arguing with them all week. They skip over that part. Like Dodge said, they conveniently forget how all his anti-black stances, and they give him a pass. And
White Lives Matter. Easily. What do you think about this?
I think it's disgusting. I think he's going to try to justify it. He tried to justify it on Fox News, and he was like, well, you know, he took the All Lives Matter stance, and then he was like, damn, I forgot exactly what he said. But basically, he tried to justify it, and at the end of the day, there's symbolism in him wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, and it hurts. The same thing with him wearing a Confederate flag. The same thing with him saying what he said about slavery.
MAGA hat.
The same thing. It's like he's doing oppie shit. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're the head of a gang and you do some oppie shit, it don't matter how much work you put in before. Once you do oppie shit, we ain't fucking with you. Our problem is we still fuck with him after all the oppie shit.
Yeah, we are. Now, going forward in this convo, it's been long enough. We've been talking about this for a while, but I do have an issue which Dodge and I disagree on. And I not disagree on, but I have a problem. My problem is I have never seen the response from America from corporate America, I will say. I've never seen this with Donald Trump, with David Duke, with anybody of power. I've never seen this with R. Kelly. I've never seen a complete cancel the way I've seen this in the last week and a half. Chase Bank said they don't want his money in their bank. That was, I thought he had an argument with somebody.
But that was
I
a
didn't
minute
realize
ago.
that was a week and a half ago.
No.
That was a week and a half ago.
They sent him. I'm gonna Google it. Go
Yes,
ahead.
please. That was a week and a half ago. It has gotten to the point where fuck Skechers, fuck Adidas, right? Because Adidas said 2 weeks ago that they were considering this. Adidas said they were considering this before Chase Bank said they didn't want his money. Apple removed his essential music playlist. I've never seen a complete cancel the way I've seen in the last week. And I'm wondering why and how. And is this that necessary? Like, what the fuck?
I think
And is it racist? Is it racist? Because there have been, you got Harvey Weinsteins out there, you got the R. Kellys out there. You, like I said, you have the David Dukes. If you want to prove a point and say something like, now Dodge said her own thing, but I'd like to hear from you first because you know she's gonna give us a little. And that's why I said
I'm conflicted, because to see a black man get treated like this, would it happen the same way if it was the other way around? If it was a white man wilding out?
Well, it didn't happen when he said slavery was a choice.
Well, that's because he's a black person saying it. So you can't be labeled racist within your own race. You could be labeled a traitor, and that's what I label him. You know what I mean? So he's oppie. And that's why I'm a little confused of why black people are really like, yo, we got to protect Ye at all costs. He was really going hard for us. I'm like, yo, you forgot about all the oppie shit? Like, so that's where I'm conflicted as well, right? But I'm also conflicted because it's like, would the same treatment happen if he was a white person and he wilded out? Probably not. He still deserves it though. He still deserves all the cancellation. He went hard. He tried to get canceled. He said on Drink Champs, he was like, yo, I'm on my anti-Semitic vibe. Like Ice Cube, like I told Ice Cube I was going to be on. Like he went in for 3 hours. And then on top of that, he went on Twitter. And then he went on Tucker Carlson and Piers Morgan. And he was doubling and tripling down. And he apologized once toward the end of his Piers Morgan interview. And even that apology was kind of half-assed. He did agree or disagree, he did a lot, yo. And to say I'm going DefCon 3 on these Jews and not explain yourself, apologize or anything, that alone is cancelable. But to double and triple down on it, that's what got, like, he was asking for it. Like, he was literally asking to get canceled. There's no, like, they had to sever ties with him.
Everybody?
I can't even call racism on this because it was completely justified. He really jumped out the window.
Contrary to popular belief, JP Morgan cut ties with Kanye West before the anti-Semitic tweets and stuff. They sent him that letter on September 20th and gave him 2 months to remove all of his money from JP Morgan, and he has to do it by November. We all found out on October 12th, 13th.
So it was a week and a half ago. Like we found out.
Yes, that's when we found out. But
today's the 28th, so that was 15 days ago.
They sent the shit last month in September, which is why,
but why?
I'm reading this article. I'm moving my money from JP Morgan over to Bank of America, possibly because I go above and beyond. I go to move 140 million over to JP Morgan, and the CEO Jamie Dimon never calls me, West said at the time. I find out Jing Ulrich is one of the heads of the boards at Adidas and one of the heads of the board at JP Morgan, and they already treat me a certain way at Adidas. It doesn't matter how much money you move there. So I guess he felt some type of way about the CEO of Bank of America. I guess he wanted him to suck his dick and he didn't. So he's like, all right, fuck you. I'm going to move my money to from JP
Chase.
Morgan to from Chase to Bank of America, and then they severed ties with him, and then all of this stuff happened afterwards. And then he did tweet some fucked up things about the CEO of JP Morgan, and they was just like, oh, all right, well then fuck you, nigga. But again, like I don't want to call this racist. Because I'm not sure, so I don't want to just label it racist. I think that when you sign contracts with anybody, there is always a clause of like, I don't know what it's called exactly, but like professionalism. And once you start pissing off people at the higher level, they have the right to disassociate with you to protect their brands. That's what happens when you don't own shit. So you're talking about all of these people that own everything and they take over everything and blah, 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 but you don't own your own shit. So you can get fired. You're not above reproach. And that's the problem. Exactly. That's the arrogance. That's the sociopathical mind. Like, I can do whatever I want and there's no consequences to my actions. I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know.
That was crazy.
Oh, can you now?
Yeah, that
Watch
didn't
this.
age well.
And you want to know what's crazy about Adidas that a lot of people don't know, contrary to popular belief? Adidas was started by the freaking Nazis in Germany.
That's right.
How the Nazis don't fuck with you?
That's right. Hey,
Like,
short stuff.
come on, son. Like, we gotta stop giving this nigga unnecessary passes, bro. He's a dickhead, and he talks crazy, and he challenges people.
Can black people... I'm gonna rewind that a second. We're mad. I'm confused. I'm like, yo, how the fuck did they cancel this man this way, right?
And he's not canceled.
And
He's not.
this is not canceled?
No.
How you figure?
He's not canceled because there are so many people that still side with him. There are people like this Kanye thing is breaking up families like the Trump election. Real shit. Like niggas is like, nah, we gotta protect.
This is like the
Yay.
definition of
Yeezy is.
I've
it's
never
not,
seen a
though.
He's the
cancel like
poster
this.
boy for being
He's
canceled.
not.
There's somebody that's been
Why?
more
Because
canceled?
He's not a billionaire anymore. He's a 400 millionaire.
There's
That's
a
canceled.
long laundry list of companies that are publicly disassociated themselves with
You
him.
know how these companies do. One person do something, everybody want to separate themselves.
Right,
They
they
do the
cancel
same
it.
shit during Pride Month. Everybody is so ultra gay. They do the same thing Black History Month. Bring back the black buns from fucking Burger King. It's a trend.
Regardless
These are not
of whether
all,
it's
he's not
temporary or
canceled.
not, he's canceled.
He's not canceled. I bet you he not.
He is right now. I don't
By
know what's
who?
going to happen in 2 years. You want me to read the list of all the
Of all
companies
the
that
companies?
severed ties with him?
Kanye West still has more than enough money if he has the will, if he's not a complete idiot,
Having
that
money in
he
the bank
can-
don't mean he's not canceled.
that he can create more and sell.
He
and
can
people
still
are gonna buy.
survive, but he's canceled as far
All right,
as
let me see if I can read
companies
from this.
severing ties with him.
It says that Kanye West, well, Donda Academy closed, but it has reopened.
Yeah.
So apparently he was the one or somebody. Let me see. The parents assumed, but that the school. Another one I say the school is out. Whatever. Stephen Colbert, the host of the Late Show, banned Ye from going to the theater where they film. Skechers definitely escorted Ye out of the Los Angeles building. TJ Maxx is the latest retailer to boycott Yeezy merchandise. Peloton has put all of Kanye's music on pause in its streaming workout classes. Apple Music has removed your popular Kanye West Essential playlist from their rotation. Madame Tussauds has removed Kanye's likeness from the main floor to an archive room. Gap
Archive room.
has terminated their
Live in the
relationship. Kanye, but in the case of Gap, Kanye's the one who terminated his relationship with the clothing retailer, but they're done. Balenciaga has severed ties with Ye just weeks after he was seen walking the runway for them.
Which is bold for Balenciaga because they mad racist.
Instagram. I don't know what the hell they're talking about with Instagram, Twitter.
Probably shut down his accounts or whatever.
He hopped on over to Twitter. Continue. CAA, one of Hollywood's most prominent and powerful talent agencies, announced that they're done representing him. Vogue, Anna Wintour said that she would
Ain't she
never
Jewish?
intend to work with the Chicago rapper again over his anti-Semitic comments and his support of White Lives Matter.
Come on,
MRC, Film and Television Studio, MRC announced its plan not to proceed with a recently completed documentary that was supposedly worth up to $10 million, or $10 million was a tag on this documentary. Def Jam Recordings has his contract has gotten rid of Good Music label. Drink Champs, Family, George Floyd, Jaylen Brown. Yeah. So it's a lot going on, bro.
It ain't gonna last forever.
I mean, and then all of the people who have deleted his interviews, including Drink Champs, The Shop, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. This isn't canceled?
Not from my timeline.
Let alone Adidas. My bad. Adidas.
Right.
Who has dropped him, released themselves from his contract, and said that they would release his designs because they own the print to his designs without his name on the sneaker.
Lit.
Foot Locker
Stupid.
took the sneakers out of their stores.
Them shits was never in the stores. I don't know why Foot Locker played with us like that. Because you could never get no Yeezys out of Foot Locker.
This is true.
Like, why are they playing with it? Like, at this point, everybody is just like, I just want to let it be known. I don't fuck with that nigga.
They don't want to stand next to that.
Nobody wants to stand like you're a ticking time bomb. And
all right.
I don't want to play devil's advocate, but I am a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
This is all Nori's fault.
Nah.
Why?
It is.
Absolutely not.
Because he should have never released that. Y'all inviting people with mental health issues without their meds to come drink and smoke and talk shit, and you're allowing him to say some of the most disgusting and fucked up shit, and then you're posting it on the internet for what?
My problem with Nori is that he's not a good interviewer. He's just trying to get you to say shit. So the Dodge, Nori.
It's all Nori's fault.
Nori
started this.
Drink
Champs started all of this.
That this was gonna go crazy.
Yeah, and
he
wanted
celebrated
the looks.
it going crazy until this is the thing when you're not a part of social media like that. Yo, there people. You remember when Joe Budden and the Migos had that beef, and that lady walked in and did the shit where she looked in like, oh, there's beef. That's social media.
Yep.
That's the woke culture. They do that. Oh, is there something to see over here? And they find the darkness and they amplify it to
tear it apart
to crazy. And Nori, nigga, you knew that this was crazy.
You did that. Real shit. Like, we talking about holding people accountable. We can hold Kanye accountable for his behavior, but Nori, we talk about industry plants. I don't think Nori is no better.
Nah,
I really don't. There's nothing thought provoking about it. You are literally like, you're just looking to bring out the most viral moments or story. Like, you're not even having like thought provoking conversations with these people. I have to blame the platform at some point in time, because there has even been times in So Shameless where we've gone too far, and I'm like, nah, we gotta bleep that. No, even we've pulled episodes and edited shit when we said some shit that was fucked up. How dare you? Why would you release that? This is not your brother. This is not your man's. This is not your black man. You saying all this anti-Semitic shit. You talking shit about George Floyd. You got on a White Lives Matter shirt. You've been sitting around with MAGA hats. You running around with Candace Owens. All types of shit. I know after that episode, somebody looked back at that. Somebody edited that shit, and there's no way that should ever have made the light of day.
In retrospect, of course, Nori's looking like, yeah, we shouldn't have released it, but you cannot blame Nori, because he would have got canceled off of the tweet, first of all.
Then let
Second
him
of
do
all, hold on.
that.
Second of all, hold on. The same, I guarantee you 90% of the people that canceled him didn't even watch the whole Nori interview.
I was never
But
watching that shit.
he said the same shit on Piers Morgan. He said the same, which is still up.
And then
Right?
again, stop giving platforms to people that y'all know are fucking stupid.
But the name of Piers Morgan's show is Uncensored. He purposely interviews people that he does not want to censor. The difference between him and Nori is that he challenges them.
Conversations.
But Nori actually was challenging him too, but he's in no position to challenge his thought. The other point I want to make before we move on, after watching these interviews this week, I do not think that Kanye West has mental issues. I don't. I don't, honestly. He sounded very like these are his thoughts. He sounds like he's a brilliant idiot. He sounds like he has good thoughts, but he doesn't know how to articulate it.
I think that.
I think that he has good intentions, but I think he's very self-centered. I actually do think that he's pro-black, but I think he does a lot for attention, and he says and does wild shit for attention. He doesn't understand how hurtful it is, or maybe he does, but he doesn't care.
How you pro-black when you hurting us every other year?
Again, let me finish. Like, this is what I believe he thinks. I don't think, like, when you hear him talk, he's not in need of no meds. He sounds like he knows exactly what's going on.
So then that's now so basically you're saying whoever prescribed him medication was wrong. He's just a fucking idiot.
I'm saying it's not an excuse for him.
I agree.
He knows what's going on.
I agree that it's not an excuse. That doesn't mean he doesn't have mental issues. And I think that we should shy away from releasing like mental issues is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just leave that what it is. Mental issues is a thing. You can be coherent enough to sound like you know what you're talking about and not do it. I do it every week. By the way, I was listening to Brilliant Idiots as you bring it up. I believe this is Brilliant Idiots, and Charlemagne said this, and I want to know what you guys think.
That this is what it takes for him to actually hurt people, like you always say, man. They do, and I hope that this is what helps him to go find some real healing, because clearly he's hurting, right? And I don't see this ending well. I feel like he's moving like a person who doesn't feel like he's going to be here much longer. You know what I mean? And how much longer? I'm not even doing that, but I just feel like he's moving. I just feel like he's moving like a person who's not going to be here much longer.
What do you think?
He did. Kanye kept saying that in all of his interviews. Like,
what do you mean?
Like they about to come get me. Like, nobody has ever said nothing like this and lived. Like, he's predicting his own death, but he thinks it's like on some martyr shit. And that's the thing. Like, he thinks highly of himself. He thinks that he's like the self-appointed black leader, but he thinks that we forgot about all his oppie shit, and a lot of people have, and that's what's really bothering me. Like, it really fucks with me. Like,
You've been defending him.
I haven't been defending him. Like, you got to listen to what I've been saying.
I was listening.
I'm telling you that I do not support him. I also told you that I believe that he should be canceled. I believe that he is canceled.
Well, we said that.
I
for
believe
years.
that the black nationalists have supported him because of the nuggets that he said about black empowerment. And there was some really dope things about black empowerment that he said. And the whole crux of his defamation of the Jews is basically to free black people from Jewish oppression and all the contracts and stuff. So the meat behind all of
black
this,
people or him?
Exactly, right? He's labeling it as black people, so he's getting support from certain black nationalists. Now, people like myself, which is why I'm not supporting him, is because I see through it. Like Daj said, it wasn't like with the JP Morgan shit, that's probably what fueled it. So now he's going on a rant, but it's all self-centered. He's not saying nothing new. Farrakhan has said
Because
the
he
same
wanted
shit,
the
but
fucking-
Farrakhan said it for the betterment of his people. He didn't say it because he just had a bad deal with JP Morgan Chase. He's
Fucking
not
bank.
genuine. Kanye is not genuine. He's very self-centered with what he's saying. That doesn't mean that what he's saying doesn't have some truth to
Merit.
it and stuff that we should actually pay attention
Some
to.
of the things that are being said
Some of
can
it.
have merit. But like we said, a broken clock can be right. Like you can base all this shit trying to sell some shit to somebody, but the product still be fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Water can still be wet. Go ahead, Dosh.
I don't have anything to say.
I don't know about the whole suicide thing or them coming because when I heard that, I heard suicide. You're telling me it's about being wiped out. I don't think that he's in danger of being wiped out.
I do have something to say.
Go ahead.
If Kanye West does pass away, knock on Gucci, he will die a martyr.
He will die a martyr.
He will. Cause niggas. So.
I wanted to ask this moving on. This has been a long segment. We're into the 2-hour time period, I believe. Melly's been doing her best to keep the time clock going. Do black people have the power to cancel somebody?
Yes and no. We have a power. We don't have the financial power.
We spoke. You heard me talk about this last night.
But we do have a power.
What's the power?
I feel like we underestimate and undervalue ourselves a lot. Black people, we are the culture. We move the culture. We shift the culture. We change the trajectory of this country time and time and time again. Most of our ideas and thoughts and feelings are stolen by the others, but they are ours first. So if we don't fuck with somebody, everybody's not going to fuck with them. If we do fuck with somebody, everybody's gonna fuck with them. If we like something, if we say these new sneakers is the next hot shit as a conglomerate, everybody's gonna want it because black people said it. They gave it, like, we're the coolest ones ever. So we give it the extra little juice. We give it that extra little flavor. There's nothing that we do that we like, that we consume, that does not shift culture. We just don't have the financial backing to back our own thoughts, our own ideas, and our own creativity. So that's it. But if we as a black people came together and stopped fucking with certain people, stopped fucking with certain corporations, the black dollar is immaculate in this country, especially. I feel like black people coming together is what shifted the civil rights movement. That whole bus boycott in Montgomery was a thing. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody said, I would rather walk or carpool for hours than to fuck with this shit unless y'all start changing some shit. And some shit had to get changed because you cannot move forward without black people. You just can't. That goes from entertainment, that goes into sports, but niggas is not willing to take a L. Niggas are not willing to make a sacrifice. If every black person in this country decided to boycott one corporation, this country would buckle. If all of the black people in sports, NBA, NFL, NBL, all that shit, if they all decided one day, man, y'all really wildin', we not gonna play for y'all no more. Figure that shit out. We on strike. That would change the trajectory of things. If all black people in New York City decided, I'm not riding MTA no more, y'all keep bumping up the prices, y'all keep violating us, things would change. It will never happen again.
Daj, I love this all black people thing. There's no such thing.
I understand that.
There is no such thing.
But if we did, we would have more. We would have more. We would have a stronger leg to stand on in this culture, in this country.
The thing is
if
that
we
black
did that more.
Black to us is a skin color.
Yes.
To them, it's way more. Like, I feel like being black to white people means more to them than it does to us. Black people we aren't a group as black. We don't make decisions as black people. They will kill us because we're black. They will do whatever. Racism is because you're black. So they will group you into this whole big thing. But as being black, you don't have to align with everybody else. You don't think like everybody else. You don't make the same decisions as everybody else.
I know.
You don't care about everybody else. Matter of fact, black is your enemy. So you don't even give a fuck about being black like that. Charm, you're looking at me as if I'm saying something wrong.
Ow, my
mean-
I
leg
don't
hurt.
believe that being black is as much of a thing to us as it is to them.
So the one thing that
Sorry, y'all,
can
my wig
pull us
hurt.
together is the oppression, the colonization of black people. That's the one common denominator. We're
No,
a
it
group
isn't.
of people.
No, it isn't, because black people will say, "Oh, you deserved it. Oh, you shouldn't have did that."
So, all right, let me answer your other question. Can black people cancel? Yes, we can. It has happened. The problem is we can't cancel you with the press of a button. We have to appeal to the
Other niggas.
to the
Powers that be,
right, exactly. So
people that hold power, the
we
people
have
that
to
hold
show
money,
the
the people that
the
can really
hypocrisy.
cancel.
Right. So if we appeal to the conscience of the white people that are really in control,
That's
right?
crazy. I hate.
So-
that. I hate the way that sounded.
It's true, right? But it's true. For
But what do
example,
you
we have to call out.
expect?
We have to call white people out on the hypocrisy of the Constitution and this, that, liberty and justice for all. There are certain white folks that are in power that you can appeal to their conscience. So here's an example. The owner of the Clippers, the owner of the Suns have all been canceled. They had to sell their franchise.
Right.
One is in the process of selling their franchise.
Panthers.
The CEO of Papa John's had to get removed. You can be, quote unquote, canceled or removed for saying certain things.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that black people are the ones that had the power to do it, but it was our voice and our pressure that we can apply to white corporations that actually have the power. So indirectly, we do have some power. You can't just be a white person wilding out and saying nigga and being loose and no repercussions. There are repercussions. We do have some type of cancellation power.
We don't have enough power, and I feel like I have an issue with the thought process, like, oh, Jews control everything in this country, da da da. You have to understand that a lot of Jewish people fled Germany and came here, started anew, built themselves up how they did, and now they're prospering. Many of them are prospering in this country. We went through slavery, civil rights, kidnappings, police killings, all of these things we're still going through in this country. We're still trying to figure, like, we're always going to be at a disenfranchised state in the United States of America. And that's just a fact. We are still constantly begging our masters to treat us equally. It's not going to happen in this country. I don't know where we need to go. I don't have all of the answers, Sway. But what I do know is we are never going to reach our full capability in this country, because this is the country that has literally fucked us over for the last 400 years and counting. It's not going to stop until we fucking get the fuck out of here.
I disagree.
And I don't know where. I don't know if we gotta all move to the middle of America and then turn that shit into another country, secede, a civil. I don't know. I don't have the answers.
It's gonna take some time, but
It's gonna take time, but I don't feel like we're ever gonna reach our full capabilities, because we are still literally standing next to the ancestors of the people that did the things that they did to us in this country. Jews would have never. They said, all right, we free now? We the fuck up out of here.
We can learn some things from the Jews, but
We can learn a lot of things from the Jews.
It's not it's apples and oranges. We don't share, like to Tahoe's point, we don't share the same faith. We don't have that in common to pull us together to be like, oh yeah, let's get together and move and create our own state.
You're right. I don't know.
This Kanye shit got me bugged out. We've had a long fucking drawn out conversation. I know Dodge got to dip out. She's going out tonight. Hence the glitter. I ain't say nothing. It's glitter. It's nice. It's cute. It's cute. It's nice.
I'm aware of that. And when I put on my fit, it's going to be even better.
You have a fit?
I'm going to be old school Harley Quinn.
Oh, you're going to do a costume party tonight. That's dope. hopefully I see you tomorrow. I think you're gonna show up unannounced just because that's what you like to do. Like, yo, bitch, I'm Dodge. This is what I do.
I come where I feel.
She
like
kind of dropped some foreshadowing earlier. Like, yeah, I'm about to do you. I ain't gonna RSP. I'm just about to be showing up places.
I show up
So,
everywhere
bitch,
when I feel like
She's
it.
trying to tell me, yes, I'm feeling amazing. I would like to tell you that I think that you're an amazing person. I think that when you came on here years ago, I thought it was Yo, I'm gonna talk to both of y'all. That it was a good, you had a great voice, all that. But I've seen your growth. I've seen you go from, I think it was teacher's assistant to a teacher to wanted and celebrated in your job. And I find you just amazing. And I told you last week, I study your ass. Study how you talk. I study how you think. I study how you break things down. And I think that you need to be acknowledged for that. Realest bitch I know. You heard what I said, and you know why.
Thank you.
Realest bitch I know. Short stuff. Take care of her.
Stop calling my nigga short. My nigga mad tall.
I don't need to hear that because I knew what you was trying to do. Trom, I listened to you today in this episode, and I'm just like, yo, the way you break things down, even your jokes, everything. It's just like I've assembled a cast. I love y'all. I really think that y'all are fucking powerful. Y'all have really important, great voices. To the Patreon, to everybody in there, I celebrate y'all as well. I do have your content list here. I'm not gonna use it. No, I'm just playing. I want to get into these week and these niggas and this week and these bitches. I will be as concise as possible. Obviously, we have a weekend ahead of us.
Episode now?
We've been in it. I have to find a way to break it down because we've actually been in it. And
can we take a little break?
Yes.
I gotta pee.
Me too.
And my fucking wig hurt, yo. I tied this shit mad tight. God.
Good.
Damn.
Let's do that. It's only 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you still have time.
I got mad time.
All right. Because Melly, remember you used to order me food back when you were my assistant?
That nigga be crispy. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take a girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at these hoes like she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. I'm sitting in front cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.